What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the street reporter, and a lot of people be asking me about Chicago. They always saying, Truth, when you come out there to Chicago, you got to talk to some of the main players involved in the drill culture. There's a lot of different drill rappers and a lot of artists in Chicago, but it seems like the world only stick to like a certain group and certain groups and shit like that. I told myself when I come out here, I'm going to speak with everyone from the trending communities that's on the internet. Today I get an opportunity, and I'm lucky enough to speak with a guy who a lot of people always ask me to talk to. For the people who don't know what's going on, you'll tell them what's your name and where you're from, bro.
Young Goon, 035, Snoop like MellyWay, shit like that.
Most definitely. Now, Goon, you kind of said something I want to pinpoint, something I kind of want to target. You said 35, right?
035.
035. That's like the Lawless Garden community, right?
35th Roads.
Okay, exactly. Is that just one block? Because normally certain neighborhoods be like a couple blocks. That's just one area.
Yeah, I got a couple blocks. 35th. Well, shit, 35th and 36.
Okay.
Really, so it's a block. We just got 3 big ass buildings, gated.
Right.
Like motherfuckers don't want to go in them gates though.
Right over there. Is that the same as Wentworth Garden?
Nah.
Yeah. It's close though.
Yeah, Wentworth Garden's like 39th, right?
Right.
Nah, that's the other side.
Oh, okay. I kind of seen that when I Googled that. I seen those areas was close. I want to ask you, how was it growing up out there? Because when I look at certain things in Chicago, it make it look like, that's the toughest place to ever grow up at. How was it for you growing up?
Overall, shit, it's whatever you make it, basically, shit tough, shit tough era,
Right.
and shit, you just adapt to whatever's around, so that includes shit, you're gonna be in the walk straight, you're gonna be in the street, you're gonna be in the street, you're gonna be on the sidewalk, you're gonna be on the sidewalk. We all know what comes with the street shit.
Yeah. Do you see some of the shit that people who not from Chicago see? Because when I look in the newspaper, I don't live here anymore. So when I look in the newspaper, I see like shootings, killings. Are you numb to that because you out here, or do you see the violence when you out here?
Towards discretion, to a certain extent, like to a certain extent, like a motherfucker numb to it because the shit haven't repeated it, and motherfucker dealing with continuous situations, that involve losses, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, most definitely numb to it, but I'm well aware,
Right. I also have heard rappers kind of like name drop that area that you just said in a not so nice way, like in rap beats and shit like that. I ain't gonna front. Like, I done seen people kind of diss 035. I done also seen songs from you where you done kind of like name dropped other people too, okay? Do the streets cross over into the music, or is that just the music, just rapping and shit, and people not taking that serious? Or that's real street shit that's just jumping in the music?
It depends. It depends on, what you're saying.
Right.
It depends on what you're saying in the music. Because street shit, the music, You could tell them anything, shit. You could tell them we shot a motherfucker yesterday and shit. It could just music, But you could be for real, though. And you depends on what you're talking about in your shit, Depends on how bad a motherfucker wants you, because shit, you could just be a nobody and a motherfucker drive right past you. Depends on, who you is.
I see the numbers things in Chicago. Is it a difference between like the high numbers and the low numbers? Like the low end and like 100s and the 60s.
Right, difference in what?
Is it like a difference? Because I hear a lot of people say the low end used to crack back in the day. Now it's kind of calm. And then the south side is so reckless. Now some people say the low end.
Like Inglewood?
Yeah.
Or like the hundreds.
Yeah, because it's like the west side is more like a party vibe, I guess they say. A lot of fiestas back in the day.
Mm.
And they say the south side was like real violent. What is the low end?
Shit, I mean, basically, the low, we had a lot of buildings and shit. We based on buildings.
Right.
You feel me? And then you migrate off into Inglewood, and you migrate off into the hundreds and shit. Even out west shit, it really ain't no buildings. On the low is buildings. So that's how we was raised. Like, that probably would be the difference, like, on the living perspective.
Right.
Like, you know.
And the reason I asked you that is because that leads to my next question. I hear a lot about this war, this BDK, GDK war. Did that reach on the low end? Or was that strictly for like the higher numbers?
I mean, really to sum that shit up, like, you know, if you're on the outside looking in, you know, you're going to swallow whatever put out there. But it's really about, like, where you from. You feel me? So all the GD, BD shit, that shit matter to a certain extent, but, like, it's really where you from. So that shit, they be saucing that up with the GD, BD shit. They got to find something to, like, stick it to it. So, nah, it's about where you from.
Because when I look on the internet, they made it like, you know, it was big time. Like when the rapper JoJo lost his life, it made it seem like it was just an all-out war. Some people on the west side told me it didn't reach on the west. I just wanted to know if it reached like in those wars.
Man, that shit. And first off, that in particular situation, that shit reached everybody. That shit touched everybody. That shit influenced everybody. So that's like even out the city, the world. That shit influenced the world. So in that specific era with the music shit, GDBD, they was like really, that kind of sparked some shit up because you did see motherfuckers choosing sides, but you still had sex though. You still had motherfuckers that's from certain places, but they is. Huh? You had a lot of motherfuckers that flip too. You know.
You know, I ain't gonna front with you either, not Goon. You know, I gotta be honest with you. I'm in here to talk with you about some tough topics. You know, you're in the hot seat. The fans ain't gonna let me get out without asking you. On your Instagram, your tag say Snoop Life MellyWay.
Snoop Life the MellyWay?
Yes.
I'm living Snoop Life the MellyWay.
Okay, who is Snoop?
That's my cousin, my blood cousin.
He lost his life?
Yeah.
Oh, that's... Oh.
Yeah.
Gun violence?
Yeah.
You mind if when he was like outside on the block or something like that?
Yeah,
Riding
he was out,
or something.
He was out, shit,
Yeah. That's crazy. You know, I just want to say that because I see a lot of that being yelled out in your music. I also hear about a guy named Jamal.
Yeah, that's bro. I like Jamal 2010. Yeah, he was really the first L, you know.
Yeah, so,
that's bro.
You know, how do you deal with losing them losses like that?
Music.
Vent.
You know, like that'd be my scapegoat, that'd be my outlet,
Do you ever get used to losing people? Because I've seen some guys in some documentary. I don't remember what it was, but he said he lose so many people, he got used to it.
I ain't like used to it. Ain't no such thing. Shit, you just learn how to cope with shit. You know, and whatever your way of coping, that's your way of coping.
You know, I also hear a lot about Melly, 051Melly. I done seen documentaries on YouTube Goon about him that I just thought was crazy. You know, do y'all see those videos?
Yeah, I be seeing shit.
The videos with like the 20 bodies, 30 bodies, and stuff like that. Do shit like that get y'all neighborhood high? Get his friends high? Get people who know him high?
Yeah. To a certain extent, though, man, because it depends, though. You know, shit don't be accurate. You know, so even if the shit true or false, like you still putting a flashlight on the motherfucker, you still putting a microscope on the motherfucker. You know, just by even like putting that shit together in the substance. You know, but yeah.
Not getting too deep in it and without getting too policey. Why do he got that image? It seemed like the internet pinpointed him and kind of put this Al Capone-ish image on him. I'm not saying he wasn't tough or anything. I'm just saying, why did they just only upload the tough stuff about him? Because I hear a lot of people say he was a fun dude too, and he was funny, and he was a cool dude too.
Yeah. He definitely a funny motherfucker. Kevin Hart funny. Fuck your bitch. You get his money, you gamble, and shit like that. But that's definitely the good part,
Right.
Like all the savage shit, people gonna paint what they want to paint. You know, and of course, you know, he said shit. You know, he ain't never like, you know, implicate himself in no shit. But, you know, he done said shit to paint a picture, you know, so they gonna rock and roll with it. You feel me?
You know, you name dropped a lot of people in your lick back song. Okay. Name dropped a lot of people in that song. Have you caught any rumblings after you dropped that song? Have you ever been in a uncomfortable
What you mean, have my feathers rough type shit?
Yeah, have anybody ever approached you on that? Have anybody said
like a fan or a
maybe anyone in that song? Have you felt any backlash from that song? Any DMs kind of aggressive because of that song?
I mean, you know, niggas gonna be niggas, you know, the ops gonna be the ops. You know. They was pressed. You know, I press them. That's my job to press them. So shit, you know.
Yeah. You know, you kind of went towards Dirk in that song too.
I think that.
Where people he affiliated with. You know what? You name dropped a few of his homies in that song. Okay, I don't really want to verbate it, but you kind of name drop. I want to know, is that over with, or that's just music actually? And that's past. That was when you dropped that.
What is what?
That lick back song shit. Is that still beef?
It's forever out with, you know, whoever's out with. Yeah. Shit, you know.
You know, I'm at because these are the questions I get that the fans be asking me to ask. Some be crazy, be wild. I also want to ask you another question that I'm gonna get off of that one. You know, is 035? That's not the same as 051.
Yes.
Okay. You know Lil Mick and Lil Rocco? I mean Rocco and Lil Mick?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, the internet kind of like strictly villains